welcome to my channel, or welcome back, loyal viewers. I'm Kerry, the nosy housefrau. Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome, come on in. I'm going to be sticking my nose in on the hot topic of Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, makeup and Twitter drama, and James Charles, and I have so much to cover, and Tati, and Manny, and Lions and Tigers and Bears. Oh crap. But it's not scripted. It's just going to be a casual coffee and tea, off the cuff, non-scripted kind of thing. We'll just cover different topics. I'll go down the line. I hope you don't mind this style. Even without scripting, I know stuff real good. I can say stuff. I was playing with my Moon spell palette, and I was using this Samantha and Fiona, which was like a copper, and then Fiona was almost like a multi-chrome, one of those. It was greenish, and I was not loving it. It's pretty colors, decent payoff. There was a little more fallout than I thought, but on those two, and I was like not liking it, and I was almost like, why did I get this palette? And then I started playing with the purples on the top row, and I was like, that's why I got this palette. I loved the purples and the wines and all of that. It's important to play with other stuff out of your comfort zone, but I kind of, right now, I'm in the mood for these. If I wear something that's kind of brown, I think I might play with those other colors and switch it up once in a while. But that brings me to this. I ordered Tati's palette today. I don't know about you guys, it was online. It was a jam, and we got one. And then I went back later to get one for a friend. I should have gotten them together, but I didn't think of it at the time. And I had to check my budget. So having done a little extra side jobs, yes, I'm tired. I went back and got one for a friend. I don't do giveaways on this channel anymore, but I do pick people at random and say, this is your lucky day. So I did this again for a friend, and I went back to get it. And when I went back, it was like an hour or two later, I had no trouble doing the checkout. 1, 2, 3. And I just saw a tweet a little while ago from Tati saying we're almost sold out. So they could be. Now, this brings me to the color thing. I love the colors in it. I'm a little leery of all the glitter, because I know it's not crafting glitter. Nick says it feels like it's wet on your hand, so I'm looking forward to that. But glitter is the devil. And so I really only like, especially at my age, finely chopped kind of glitter that's very small, kind of like some of the shimmers in this. And I see she's got some shimmers too, and those looked beautiful too. I love wines and rose colors. Right now, that's something I'm really into. This summer, I was really into like pink for lipstick, which is why I got the Hank and Henry Rich Luxe lipstick. I really like certain colors at certain times. So something I've noticed, and tell me if you think this is true. It seems to me that there's a difference between what people want to see in a palette and what they want to put on their face. I think people are like, well, it's boring. Why? Because there's no neoprene in it? It's okay. We have become sort of almost hypnotized as consumers. I know this because I figured something out. With this Jeffree and Shane thing, my brain gives me a cookie for watching it the same way I get one when I buy a palette. That excitement that I had today when I bought that palette, that hormone rush in your head, it's almost, that's what the whole thing is about, is getting that palette. And will you wear it, and what colors will you wear? Sometimes that's different than what people want to see in the pan. Now, I know there are people who do makeup for a living. There are drag queens who love, cool colors or colors that pop. You'll see Luscious Massacre using all of those neoprene colors. Now, I like to see them in a pan. I don't really put them on my face, and I'll give you an example. Do I have it here? Oh, I'm going to look so foolish. I don't. I thought I had it ready. It's a really low budget gig. I had it right here under the table. Willa, say hi. There's my kitty Willa. She's been sitting behind me the whole time. You might hear her espresso machine, right? Right, Drooly Andrews? Okay, so here's the Alien palette. Look at those colors. We're all like, wow, look at that. And remember the other day, people were so mad when that one girl told Shane not to use that green. There's kind of a green in here like that. And, I never see anybody wearing those colors. They look beautiful in the pan, but actually what made me buy this one were these colors here. I loved these. This actually is looking really, oh, it is purple. Okay, because it is purple in real life. Some of these other colors, this is green. Some of these you wouldn't wear. I love all of these. Love this. This is a gold that looks beautiful. In Jeffree's pans, sometimes the stars of the pan, when you put them on, they're really these things that look more subtle. This is just a gorgeous, it's called Interstellar and Pluto, and these are important. I really love this Gravity with tea in it. Martian Soil is kind of an orangey. all these colors I would wear, except for the ones that people seem to think you have to sell a palette. I don't know. I was pretty excited about the Color Story and Tottie's palette. I can't wait to get it. And I think people will be surprised because something else I've noticed, I'm trying to clean off my hand, is that something that looks kind of okay in the palette can really look amazing on your eyelid. And that happened for me with the Lorac Pro palette that I bought, which looked kind of to people, but then you get it and you're like, wow, that's really the exciting one. So you kind of know what are your go-to colors, and I'm a firm believer that if you pay for a whole palette, play with a whole palette. So try on stuff you might not be so jazzed about in the pan, and then you get it on your face and you're like, I'm gonna wear this, because remember, when you go out, whatever it is that you're aware of, that's what you tell people to notice about you. It's bizarre how that happens. And I'll give you an example and you'll get it. Let's say you have new earrings and they're sparkly and they're dangling and you love them. And you go out, what? I don't have any sparkly dangly earrings. Anyway, you go out and you love them. What's going to happen is you're going to get a million compliments on those earrings. A million. You're going to love them. And then you'll wear them like for a few months and you're really enjoying them. And a year later, you put them on to go to another party and nobody says anything about those earrings the way they did the first day you wore them. Because you tell people what to notice about you. So try to notice the good stuff. I mean, it's not like they're not going to say stuff about everything else anyway, but you know what I mean? Like if you feel like you really like your eye, like let's say I like the way my eyes are popping. I love these purples. I'll go out and people will go, I just love your makeup. They love it because you love it. So I also try to do that when I look at other people, notice about them, what makes them feel good. And if they don't seem to be noticing something about themselves that make them feel good, point out to them what they should feel good about. Like, oh, I think your hair is beautiful. And they maybe not are aware, or maybe that's something that they're kind of in that moment taking for granted. So I'm a firm believer in giving people genuine compliments to help them notice what they're putting out there. Okay, so now that I got that blabbity blab out of the way, let's go back to Shane and Jeffree. This is the first discussion I've had about them at length that I didn't do voiceover style. So I might put some pictures up while I'm talking about this because I have so enjoyed visiting that world. It's become as enjoyable as buying a palette. I'm telling you, it's something to live for. I had to remind myself, none of this is happening to me. But all of us are getting to watch the birth of this palette from the beginning. And now, when we get this palette, we're going to kind of feel like, in some way, it's personal. It was very clever. It was clever all around, right? Because we get to watch a show. We're getting to see the marketing. We're going to see the birth of this mogul. And we're seeing something good happen to somebody we like. If you don't like them, there's no reason to watch, obviously. So Jeffree has so much that he wants to share with Shane, and he wants to see him do well, and that to him is what motivates him. Remember not too long ago when Shane did his series on Jeffree said, I always want to know what's next. And I have that feeling that as soon as this thing launches, Jeffree's on to what's next. He's already taking notes and thinking about what's next. And I have a feeling what's next might include Shane as well. But they're in the room together, and I know this has been the last 3 episodes. They started out episode 4 with the logo, and I liked the one that was first, the one that they chose. I thought that was a good one. But Shane's getting really busy. He's practicing with the makeup, really trying hard. You can see. He goes to Jeffree's. He's got still a little bit of makeup on. I thought that was adorable. Willa, you trying to get in on the act? Sorry, I'm just going to let you see her because she's so cute. I just love her. So anyway, she's sleepy. She wants me to go to bed. And in this bed, sometimes I climb in and read with her. But anyway, that is neither here nor there. So back to the world of Jeffree and Shane. So they're talking about the logo. He comes in and they're talking about it. The last 3 episodes have kind of been similar in that I do not get tired of seeing Jeffree go over the numbers. Now, remember I mentioned the board in the background? It still has the same information on it. So time is not going by quite as quickly for them, probably. But I notice it'll go like this. It's like the shock of Shane still soaking all this in. But Jeffree just loves sharing with him, so he'll be like, okay, I did the calculations. You're rich. It comes out to about Yeah, shit crocks of money. Yeah. And then Shane will just be like, Shane has the same reaction you would have if you got really bad news from the doctor. It's like, Shane, you're a millionaire. And not just comfortable like you've been, like back up the Brinks, shit crocks of money. Okay? Or, same exact reaction if you go, Shane, we've done everything we can. It's inoperable. I'm very sorry. Same reaction. It's so funny to me. He's so shocked that it's almost like bad news. And Jeffree is just soaking it all in like, oh yeah, you're going to be rich. I mean, not as rich as me, but you're going to be rich. And, you know, there's that moment, I think, I'm guessing, where it's kind of surreal, and there's a moment of what if there's nothing to want? What if this is now that I have everything, is the rest of my life going to fly by? Is it going to be, you know, nothing to want is kind of scary, because there you are, you know. And I think his life was already fantastic. He went to visit his old house, and it was beautiful, the house they're giving up for an even more enormous, beautiful house. According to Social Blade, he makes nearly $500,000 a year as it is. That's not including merch. That's at the low end. And I have found that Social Blade tends to, when it has, you know, as little as this or as much as this, the answer is probably a little closer to the as much as for most people. Sorry, that's my video, my computer. So, yeah, the low end is, so he could, with all his merch and everything else, already be making $1 million. According to the internet, he's a millionaire. I've learned that's not always very reliable. That, you know, so-and-so has this much money. I remember one of my friend's kids was a famous actor, and like Forbes or whoever would call and be like, so she's worth this much? And they'd be like, sure. And that's what they would go with on the internet, but it wasn't correct. But then again, you know, wealthy people, nothing against them. They do tend to minimize. Every wealthy friend I've ever had a little bit of rich person guilt, where they'd be like, I'd be like, oh, you're going to Hawaii? Yeah, but we got very cheap tickets, you know. Wow, is that a 72-inch screen? It was on sale. We got it was like, I know a guy, and it's like, it's okay. You can enjoy your money. I'm not going to feel bad as long as I have my health, which I don't. So I'll be jealous of you for that. Something that occurred to me in light of going to Houston, I'm going to be meeting so many nice people, and obviously some I know, of Rose I've met in real life. And I was thinking of my viewers, because I read your tweets and I read your DMs. Thank you very much. And I wanted you to know, not to feel like you're watching some clique that you're left out of. I'm concerned for people who will watch all of this and go, why aren't I going to parties? Why can't I get that palette? I want you to know good things are in store for you too. And you are more than welcome to speak to me anytime, whether it's in person if you see me or on my Twitter. Please don't ever think that there's some clique that you're not a part of, or life's a party you're not invited to, because that is not the case. You are more than welcome. And all of the people that you see at that party are nice people that I think are approachable. And I'm going to do my best to leave my low self-esteem at the door and not be like, why did I get invited? Although I am still kind of wondering that. But I'm going to do my best to not feel like the odd woman out, because I can feel very lonely in a crowd as well. I'm something of an extroverted introvert. So I'm bringing you with me when I go. In my heart, I'm not alone, because I have my friends and viewers with me. So I don't want any of you to feel bad about yourself. Maybe I just have, you know, lucky bitch guilt. I don't know, because I really feel lucky that I'm going to go do something fun for a friggin' change. So if you've listened this far, I so appreciate you. Patrons, I will be live from my hotel room just for you, but I will have other video and footage for everybody else. I'm also going to have another video out tomorrow. Everybody, please do give this a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you're new, if I'm your cup of tea, and I will have another video out tomorrow. Patrons, thank you so much. Until next time, Semi-Sane Cat Lady out.